in raising Emma and doing it in God's way.
What quality stands out to you the most when you think of Kelsey?
That's a tough question because there are so many. There's a story that comes to mind that really starts off the process. Several years ago, probably 3 years ago, when Kelsey first told me that she wanted to get married. She wanted to marry Taylor. She had been 20 years old for 3 weeks. And as a father who has the perfect daughter, who's made perfect straight A's and is 3 years into college, it was a scary proposition. I had a reaction and a response, as I think any earthly bound person would, and Kelsey at one point in the process stood up to me and said, "My Heavenly Father wants me to marry this man, and that's all that matters." And there's something that occurred for me in that moment with her where my daughter led me to a place of truth and a place of being a bigger person, thinking more spiritual and heavenly versus earthly, and about what's right and what society thinks or what I even think. So at that point, my perspective of Kelsey turned from my daughter to a strong, amazing woman who has the strength of 10 men, a spiritual wisdom and discernment that is so far beyond her years. It's amazing to me, and I think of myself at 23, 24 years old and look at where she is, and it's God's strength, it's God's love, it's an amazing miracle that we raised her up, and she's such a strong woman and has such high beliefs and high morals and strength, leadership, courage, honor, integrity, morals. I can't say enough of those types of characteristics as it relates to my daughter Kelsey.
The quality that stands out to me when I think of Kelsey would be compassionate leader. I cheated and I said too. She is compassionate because she is very open and understanding and very easy to talk to. And when I first met Kelsey, I felt like at the end of the day I had known her for a long time just because we related to each other, and she was so sweet and open with me about her life and her faith. And I had been praying for a long time for good Christian friends, and specifically a girl who was a wife and maybe a mom one day, so that we could kind of do life together. And God sent her at the perfect time, and I love her so much.
A quality that Kelsey has that stands out to me is her optimism and her patience.
When I think of Kelsey, honestly, I just think of probably one of the strongest, I would say girls, one of the strongest women, our moms, that I've ever met, because, I mean, she gave birth to a 10-pound baby with no medicine. I mean, honestly, that's kind of scary that she could do that. So, I mean, she's kind of a beast.
A quality of Kelsey's that stands out to me is her persistence. And not just in one thing. I think the big thing I think of is her persistence in her faith. But she's persistent just in everything she does. If she wants to do something, she sets her mind to it and she does it. So that just really encourages me to be more persistent in my faith, and it's just an awesome thing to be able to witness every day.
The quality that stands out to me the most when I think of Kelsey is unwavering. I think she's unwavering in her belief system, in small decisions throughout the day that she has to make, and how she views herself and others. She is steadfast and unshakable.
How does Kelsey encourage you to be a better person?
Kelsey encourages me to be a better person in the way that she to me represents God's love. She lives it out, she walks it out, it just kind of illuminates from her. Makes me emotional. But she is just truly has had a faith that way since she was young, and it's grown and just matured and turned into such a a beautiful thing, the way she's walked in her life, the way she's a sister and a wife and now a mother. And so I would say that, definitely her faith and her relationship with the Lord and has just been a true inspiration.
Kelsey encourages me to be a better person by, she's loving and kind, and that kind of encourages me to do the same.
The word that comes to mind is her steadfastness. Primarily in her faith, but just in general. I don't know, just like a word against her God. Oh gosh, okay. I don't know, just like the resolve that she has when she sets out to do something. I feel like baby stuff is fresh on my mind, but not just that, just with, everything in life. Like if she has a goal, she's gonna complete it to excellence, and just very steadfast and solid. Like that's just the words that come to my mind. Just very genuine, steadfast, and just great, I guess. I feel like I could ramble on forever, but yeah, just steadfast, someone you can always count on to lead you to truth and be honest.
Kelsey was probably 12, 13 maybe. I watched Kelsey and Carrie play in softball. I like to say baseball, but softball. And I think Kelsey was on shortstop and Carrie was on second. And the first double play they flipped there's something, and the men watching this will understand, there's something that warms your heart to watch your daughters put together a double play that's beyond what their capabilities should be at that time. And there's a level of pride and a level of, it may be almost a bragging type thing that comes about when you see something like that happen. But to watch that little girl grow into the woman she is today and respond so gracefully and eloquently in everything that she's done through even the formidable years when she was 15, 16, 17, she was still just as graceful and eloquent in everything that she did. And to see her now evolve into a wife of several years and a mother, it is encouraging. And every parent wants to feel like that their child is version 2.0 of themselves. And there's no question that Kelsey is probably more like version 4.5. Watching her approach life, watching the way she's mindful about God in everything that she does reminds me of what really matters. And it sometimes allows me to get my eye off the ball of society and work and money and the things that the world tells me to focus on, and onto God's will and God's love and God's plan for me. And that's probably the best encouragement that anyone could ask. It's at a deeper, much more impactful level than just day to day. It's heavenly and spiritually and eternally, if you will.
Kelsey encourages me to be a better person by the things she puts her focus in. It seems like everything she puts her focus on is of God or of things that matter. And then in the rare times where her focus is on things that she shouldn't be focused on or things that don't matter, she's very quick to catch herself and just be convicted and act upon that conviction and shift her focus back to things that matter. So it really encourages me to just keep my mindset on things that matter and not get caught up in all the little stuff.
Kelsey is always encouraging me to be a better person without even realizing it. I learn best by watching people, and the way I see her interact with Taylor and Carrie and her friends. I am nicer to my sister, I'm nicer and kinder to my husband, and she's just very patient and kind and sweet, and it helps me to see that and want to be more like it.
Kelsey, we're all so thankful for you. You encourage all of us and other people to be better people. You have numerous qualities that we definitely take notice and are super grateful for. And because of all of these things, we love you, and we're just thankful for who you are and for what you do.